daughter, would you rather her be in the woods with a man or a bear?
A man.
Why would you not rather her be in the woods with a bear?
Well, is it
because
like,
a bear will kill her and eat her for a fact? That's for a fact.
That's not for a fact.
That is
not
for a
all
fact.
bears kill and eat. And if you avoid the bear, but like, why is the man in the woods? What is the man doing in the woods?
What is my daughter doing in the woods? What is my daughter doing in the woods?
It's just the whole thing is like, if a man is in the woods and you're in the woods, he probably has ill intentions towards you, whereas a bear is just acting off of
was there like
instinct.
a pretext?
You don't know anything about the guy.
I'd rather this 12,000 pound animal with teeth and claws. I'd rather be in there because you can't just trust all men.
I'd rather be in the woods with a bear than a guy.
There's a small percentage of men that do bad things, but women generalize all men doing bad things, most men doing bad things, when it's really a small percentage. If you get 100 guys in a room, one of those guys might be a creep.
So wait a sec, how are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure, right? Like, none of this stuff in the studio is built or maintained by women. Do you know that like 90% of infrastructure jobs are still held by men? And that if you look at the top 20 jobs held by women now, in 2024 versus 1924 are almost the exact same. So women have had 100 years to do whatever they want, and they still do the same 20 jobs they did 100 years ago, other than we switched out farm labor for HR work. But other than that, we're secretaries, nurses, daycare ladies, early childhood education, administrative assistants, retail workers, all the same we were a century ago. So if the men are the ones tasked with every time there's a natural disaster, they have to go out and rescue people from the fires and the floodwaters, and every time there's a war, the men have to go and fight it and defend the country, and anytime there's a criminal who needs to be violently arrested, it's going to be a man who goes and does that, not a woman. Where does the equality come in?
Equality will never come. They will keep complaining but never satisfied.
It would be stupid for a woman to admit that she has the advantage. That will never happen, because once she admit that, she will lose all advantage.
Women have no clue of what men want, because y'all run around with lashes,
You know I only
fake
ask
hair,
how you like
all
to be
this
treated,
bullshit, and you can ask 100 men and 98 of them will say, I want a natural woman. But for some reason, y'all in competition with each other. Y'all think that natural beauty is ugly. Y'all done got away from being feminine. Y'all not even confident. I FaceTime a woman in the morning, she got her shit to the ceiling because she don't want to let me see her with her natural face. You that embarrassed of yourself? That's what it is. You're not happy with yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Who are y'all selling yourselves to, the women or the men? Because we the ones that got to marry your ass.
could care less
So how about doing
another
what
woman
I
do.
like? The things that we want are free.
Promise.
They are free. But for some reason, when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? The first thing come out their mouth is something we don't care about, which is your job. Your job. The first thing a woman say, I pay my own bills, I got my own car, I got my own crib.
But y'all say the same
Congratulations,
thing.
you're an
I pay my
adult.
I have to respect the scam artists who convinced all women that eyelashes are needed. They're so insecure about themselves. There are some things that women do that I would never understand, like painting their nails. I think that's weird. Having earrings, that's also weird.
A lot of women are ruining good relationships, and they think it's the other person's fault. They think they have no part to play. Oh, well, he just shut down. You know, if he's not emotionally mature enough to communicate his feelings, then that has nothing to do with me. That's on him, and he needs to grow, and he gonna move on and be with somebody else. And you're gonna sit there right by yourself, and you're gonna be right for the moment, but you're gonna get left in the relationship. You unload all your chaos until he's had enough, and then you try to find a new man and do the same thing. Whenever that man stops talking to you, be afraid. You see, when your man is very vocal, you better appreciate that man being straightforward, because let me tell you something, the minute that he stops talking, you need to be worried. Because either he's playing an exit strategy, he talking to somebody else, he cheating with somebody else, or he's in this relationship and he's done with you, and he's just still there.
That's why there's a bad boy appeal, because they will go for the same bad man and date him and get heartbroken and do the cycle over again and over again, but they will never learn. They will never listen to men, ever.